Shalom, family. Shalom, shalom. And boy, it has happened again, y'all. It has happened again. Another place got hit with rain and ended up underwater. This time is Chattanooga, Tennessee. And wow, it's just repeating over and over and over. And it is definitely a sign of judgment. It has been in multiple places, and many of these places don't get flooded like that. Now, Chattanooga said they have been flooded before, but the rain that came, they said they have never seen it rain as badly as it rained. And they're now calling it a historic rain because it's one that's never ever been seen before there. And that's what a lot of these places are saying over and over and over. So, y'all, I tell you what, if this is not judgment, then perhaps you're going to have to tell me what it is. When you continuously see rain dumping, like several inches of rain dumping all at once, and people alive never seen it before. So let me share my screen so we can get started. Okay. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Thank you. Okay.
Chattanooga, Tennessee yesterday, historic flash flooding that occurred down there. In Tennessee, from CBS affiliate News Channel 5 WTVF, I'm meteorologist Henry Rothenberg. Record rainfall occurring, all that having to do with tropical moisture that was pushing into the region. Yes, forecast models were showing that we would see rainfall. However, none of them really indicating just how much rain would fall, especially in such a short amount of time, getting into the afternoon and early evening. All that rain on what is in many locations rocky soil. You've got the mountains there. You've got, of course, many roadways that we saw flooded. All of that water can't absorb. Plus, the areas that could absorb the water, well, at the rate it was falling at a couple inches an hour, that made it almost impossible for the ground to be able to absorb that water, which led to a lot of runoff. That runoff piling up on the roads, leading to the devastating flash flooding that we saw in Chattanooga.
You're looking at the ravaging flooding that slammed southern Tennessee last night and into this morning. National Weather Service issued a flash flood warning for a portion of the region, including Chattanooga. That was one of the areas hardest hit by this. That is where we find Fox News multimedia reporter Asher Red with more on this developing story. Asher, we know 3 lives lost as a result of this flooding. 1 remains missing. What's the latest there today with so many folks caught off guard by what was a ½ foot of rain that fell in this short period of time?
Well, Ian, a lot of people say this happened extremely fast, and they were also shocked to see that the water went away within just a few hours. Behind me is some of the damage from yesterday's floods. This road buckled in sometime overnight is what I'm told by the people who work at this building here. This road buckled in on itself, and now the parking lot has to be blocked off at this particular business. And this area here got over 6 inches of rain in just a few hours yesterday, and that is the second wettest day in Chattanooga history. You throw it back to 2011, there was a day where they got 9 inches of rain. So this is second to that. And the city had to declare an emergency, a state of emergency, Tuesday night.
Here was scary because the water came over the hood of my car going through it. So I didn't know if I was going to get swept away or not.
In one suburb, saturated ground caused a large tree to fall on a car, killing 2 adults and a child. At least one person is also missing after they were last seen walking through a flooded roadway, and they were never seen again. Now, folks in this region in southern Tennessee are still bracing for even more rain as severe thunderstorms and severe weather are expected until Thursday. Ian?
Yeah, an awful summer of flash flooding. We'll keep folks updated as we're watching those storms as they develop. That's Fox News multimedia reporter Asher Red. Thank you.
Oh my God, as soon as I paused this, lightning struck the cross. Lightning struck the cross right there. I'm too scared to go out. I don't want to get struck by lightning. What is happening? It wasn't even raining a few minutes ago.
Nearly 7 inches of rain Tuesday evening caused widespread flash flooding in the Chattanooga area. We tagged along with first responders and county officials as they surveyed damage from those floods, like here in this East Ridge parking lot, where you can see the asphalt has been lifted by those floodwaters.
4 souls, 2 cats.
I've never been in one like this, and I would be out in it too. I've never saw it like this. It's just bad.
Floodwaters rising nearly 2 feet at the Cascade Motel, forcing residents to evacuate.
All that water coming down here.
Crews had to save some residents due to the quickly rising waters.
They met me right here at the door, coming in hollering at me because he was already with his bag going up there, and I had more stuff I was carrying out and trying to put up furniture too. So anyway, I'm out. That's the blessing.
Rhonda Kelly says 7 inches of rain entered her home.
All the floors are done. You know, some curtains that hang down, they're done. You know, furniture.
For Kathy and Carl Doloff, this is the second time in just 2 months that their home has been flooded.
It's very stressful.
The Doloffs don't live in an area considered a floodplain.
And this is the high part of the property right here. The low part is down there.
And now residents and business owners are left to deal with the aftermath.
Yesterday was just ridiculous, but yeah, I don't want to ever go through it again and hate it for anybody.
In East Ridge, Meg Doyle, News Channel 9.
These teenagers that got knocked out. Clemens Road, can you re-advise the party count? It's 4 souls, 2 cats. These teenagers that got knocked out. Clemens Road, can you re-advise the party count? It's 4 souls, 2 cats.
This is when I got scared. And you can see it's not bad where I'm at, but it's about to get bad. Big ass truck. I'm a truck. I can do whatever the hell I want. Plows his ass right through. Would have destroyed me if I was a little car. Like would have pushed me out into the ditch if I was a little car. Oh my God.
Oh, they lost traction right in front of us.
And then look what this fucking asshole does. He comes up here and he's like, I'm a big ass truck. I'm going to run you out the fucking way. It makes all this huge wake. I don't think I can turn around anymore. So I'm like, all right, I guess if the Jeep made it through and that big FedEx truck is going to do it, I guess I'm going to go. And so I go. Look at the car. Look at it moving around. Look at that little tiny truck trying to make it through. So I go through. The whole time I'm going, ah!
Well, would you say you're proud of the Cybertruck?
I am like floored because like it was rock. I didn't even feel it. I didn't even feel it is the thing. That's what was most impressive to me. I'm freaking out, but I thought it was more risky to try to turn around. And I was like, all right, if old Jeep old boy over there can do it. And in the middle, it's better. So I went straight down the middle because I'm not stupid. Well, FedEx tried to run me off the road. And I was like, well, I at that point, I didn't need to sit in the water. So I went. And I think people were in that car. And that one. Look at that one. Isn't that insane? Look when you see the FedEx truck come up on me from the back. It gets terrifying.
That thing would have been one of the floaters.
State of emergency in Chattanooga. Drivers taken by surprise on Highway 24 after more than 6 inches of rain in a short period of time. The second wettest day in that city's history. The city's mayor tonight saying at least 35 people were rescued by swift water teams who worked straight through the night. And as we watch these new storms now headed for the Northeast, we're also watching tonight Tropical Storm Erin, now set to become the first major hurricane of the season in the Atlantic. Tonight, the satellite images here. Erin now about 2,400 miles from the East Coast. We have the new timing for you. And tonight, the spaghetti models showing the potential path. Some of those models have it closer to the East Coast now, but it is still very early. Many of the models have the hurricane still being held out to sea. Either way, rip currents will likely be a real issue all along the East Coast. We have the forecast, the storms hitting the Northeast tonight, and the track of this potential hurricane in the coming days. And ABC's Stephanie Ramos leading us off with the deadly storms already tonight.
Tonight, flood watches for millions in the Northeast after a deadly 24 hours in the South.
Have you seen anything like this?
More than half a foot of rain in the Chattanooga area, flooding Interstate 24.
The highway's filling up. Go, people!
This vehicle floating in high water. A Department of Transportation camera capturing a first responder carrying a person on their back who was trapped in their car to dry land. Chattanooga police say not far from this scene, a man was swept away by floodwaters, later found dead. Just outside Chattanooga and East Ridge, Tennessee, swift water rescue teams working around the clock, rescuing multiple families and their pets from homes. Sadly, in East Ridge, authorities say a mother, father, and child were killed when a large tree fell on their SUV. The ground saturated throughout the region. Another massive tree crashing down just across the state line in Rossville, Georgia. Meanwhile, the East dealing with record-breaking heat in the last 24 hours outside Boston.
It's a very hot night in the city, and our gear is great, but it traps our heat.
Multiple firefighters had to be treated for heat exhaustion after fighting this massive 5-alarm fire in Lawrence, Massachusetts. Temperatures over 90 degrees.
They work very hard, and some of that comes with a little bit of heat exhaustion. So we're going to check up on them, make sure everybody's okay.
And David, back here in the Northeast, flight delays and cancellations are mounting due to thunderstorms in the area that are likely to cause flash flooding too. David.
Stephanie Ramos at Newark Airport for us. Steph, thank you.
Y'all, that was crazy. And by the way, we got the storm. That same storm traveled to New Jersey last evening. And some of the same towns reflooded again. I might do that, the recent floodings. But yeah, the same locations got hit again in New Jersey. So yeah, I mean, this is how it's going. Look, y'all, I know it looks crazy. Can you imagine what the insurance companies and your car insurance companies are going through with all these floods? They are taking a terrible hit. And that's only going to get worse. I'm waiting for some of them to say they're not going to pay out because, I mean, these things are happening so frequently. I don't know how they're going to continue to pay out on all these claims. And on top of that, you see the hurricane. We got our first hurricane coming. So, yeah, eventually they're going to do that. Just like you saw in Florida. It was so many hurricanes going through there. Those insurance companies packed up and left. And I'm trying to see, the toll it's going to take on this federal government too, because these floods leave behind a lot of damage to the infrastructure. And, you got to pay crews to go out there to get all these downed trees. The roads are buckling all over the place. And it's just a lot of damage out here. So you got to think about, they got to continuously do this over and over. It seems like since we hit summer, there's not a week that don't go by where a place is not underwater. It's happening that frequently. So I'm definitely taking notice because, I know this is the hand of the Most High because we're just seeing it too many times in different locations. And y'all just take notice to these places where it's hitting. Many of these places got not such a good history. When you go back 50, 60 years, these same places, they got awful histories. Oh no, our Father don't make any mistakes. He knows what he's doing when he's hitting these places. And you notice this is all happening, y'all, from just a rain shower. It's not even a hurricane. It's just a rain shower. And now the rain showers are leaving just as much damage as a hurricane. Do y'all notice this? Okay. A rain shower is, the damage is almost equivalent to what a hurricane leaves. So, I mean, before, oh, it's just raining outside. Oh, no. Now, when it rains, you got a lot of reason to worry about whether your home and cars are going to be underwater now. A storm is not a storm now. It is way more than that. When you see, I have watched videos of the showers coming down in New Jersey. That water is coming down so hard and so fast. Even if you were using your windshield wipers in your car, you would have a hard time seeing because it's just pouring down so fast and so rapidly. And I do notice how different the storms look. I do notice it, and I know many of you do too. The storms are different. They are not even what it used to be 5 years ago. The storms are very different now. Mhm. Yeah, I mean, well, judgment is definitely happening. It's definitely happening. So y'all, I am not going to keep you long. I do have a premiere coming up. I probably will do that like around 6:30. And I went to GPT, and my question was about the myth of Black people feeling less pain. And I want y'all to hear the answer that came from Chat GPT. It's a very interesting answer that came from it. So, y'all, I hope to see you there. Thank you for coming. And by the way, if there's any question that you want me to ask Chat GPT that I did not ask and you want to know about, just drop me a line in my email. My email is on it, you should see it pinned in the chat on my videos. So y'all enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and hopefully I will see you at 6:30. Shalom, family.